Now I'd like to recognize Representative Bailey for opening remarks to House File introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. House File 2001 has to do with military leave and reemployment. Earlier this year, I encountered a U.S. Army reservist who had been activated for 15 months and had some problems returning to her job at her original pay and position. And so we sort of looked at Iowa's law regarding this, and we looked at the USERA, which is the federal law, and we saw some council areas that needed some updates. What House File 2001 does to sort of address this problem is it amends Code Sections 29A.28 and 29A.43, and these relate to military leave. The first part of this sort of relates to what happens when someone who works like a firefighter, for example, has a shift that crosses a calendar day, because Iowa law currently refers to calendar days as how this leave will be judged. And so by sort of, we're going to fix that so that a firefighter or a police officer who works 2 calendar days, but it's one of their shifts, won't be punished. The second part of it, there's a couple of minor changes that tweak the wording so that it resembles USERA, which is the federal law regarding this. And it also requires the Attorney General or the County Attorney to go ahead when a violation like this is revealed to them. It requires them to pursue that. Currently, it's up to the discretion of the County Attorney. So this was sort of a concern for me, because from a smaller county, I can see where our county attorneys don't always have the resources to follow something like this up. So by bringing the Attorney General the option into the picture, it would give a serviceman a little bit more power to hopefully get this figured out before it gets to court. And that's something that I should have opened with. These cases where this applies are few and far between. The vast majority of Iowa's employers are doing an amazing job of taking care of people when they get home. But if we have one soldier fall through the cracks when they return, that's one too many. So the final thing is several of these changes that we're looking at are kind of already covered under USERA, and that's federal law. But another reason why we need this is because when someone is activated on state active duty, that is if the governor calls them up for a flood or a snowstorm or some sort of emergency like that, USERA does not apply to them. The only law giving them protection is state law. So that's another important reason why we need to get this done. So if an employer does not comply with the law, they would be charged with a simple misdemeanor, and that is put them up with a penalty of up to 30 days in jail and up to a $625 fine as well. That is kind of what we're looking at. Additionally, there is an amendment, which we'll get to in a minute, but that just changes the effective date so that it will go into effect immediately. Does anyone have any questions?
I'd like to recognize you first for the amendment. Is there any other amendments inside this?
It's Amendment 701, and as you can see, it just changes the applicability date so that, or the effective date, so that it will go into effect as soon as the governor signs it. And if there are no questions, I would move the amendment.
Are there any questions? Short form. All those in favor will say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Let the amendment pass. Now we'll roll for discussion on the bill. Representative Taylor.
Chairman, I got a question last summer from a fellow that got back to the reserve. I think he was a major, he was one of them, character 2 or duty, he was a police officer. And while he was gone, he was on the promotion list, and they promoted somebody. And then he extended, I think he extended twice, and every time he was extended, that person that got promoted the second time. And he's questioning whether he should get the first promotion or not. I told him I don't see anything, I haven't seen anything in laws, I can't give you an answer. He's not from Cedar Rapids, he's from another town. He called me up because somebody brought it. I don't know.
He should probably get in touch with Tony Smith. He can get you his number later, and he's got lots of information in regards to this. We can talk about it later. We'll get it set up.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Closing remarks?
I thank the committee for letting us bring this up on sort of short notice, and I think that this is something that is needed in Iowa, and I'm kind of happy to bring it up here, and I'm hopeful that you'll all support its passage. So thank you.
All right, clerk, take a roll call vote.
President Bertha?
Aye.
President White?
Aye.
President Thompson?
Aye.
President Malans?
Aye.
President Bailey?
Aye.
President Gupta?
Aye.
President Chambers?
Aye.
President Bradshaw?
Aye.
President Miller?
Aye.
President Stain?
Aye.
President Taylor?
Aye.
President Thomas?
Aye.
President Watts?
Aye.
President Winchell?
Aye.
President Worden?
Those voting aye, 15. Those voting nay, 0. Bill having received sufficient votes for passage will move to the floor of the House as a committee bill.